Hi everyone and welcome to this mixed conditionals grammar test. My name is Chris, and for those people who know me, you will know that grammar is not my favourite subject. I don't think grammar is that important. However, there are some parts of grammar which I think are important, and mixed conditionals is one of them. Let's go. So let's think about mixed conditional sentences, and before we move on, you need to be aware of some things before we start the lesson. You need to know that a simple conditional can be in 4 forms. However, the most common are 3 forms: condition 1, condition 2 and condition 3. There's also a 0 conditional. Read about them and make sure you know about them. Condition 1 would be, if I see him, I will say hi. Condition 2 is, if I won the lottery, I would buy a house. And condition 3 is, if I had seen him, I would have said hi. You'll also need to know about verbs, and for simplicity, English has 5 verb forms. Now, those are verb 0, which is the infinitive, to see or see. Verb 1, which is the present form, which is I see, you see, he sees. Verb 2 is the past form, which is I saw, you saw, he saw. Verb 3 is also called the past participle. I have seen, you have seen, I had seen. And verb 4 is also called the present participle. I am seeing, or it's the gerund form. Those are the 5 forms and you need to know about them. Today we're looking at verb 1, verb 2 and verb 3. You also need to remember about modal verbs. And to make life a bit easier, I want you to think about modal verbs as brother and sister. We'll call them modal 1, which are will or shall or can or must, and they have a brother or sister which is modal 2, which are words like would and could and had to. Just remember them in those forms, that's all. It's nothing to do with the past in this case. It's about whether something is real or unreal. You also need to be aware of cause and effect. So in a conditional sentence, there is always a cause and there's always an effect. Let's look at this sentence. If I see him, I will say hi. The cause is if I see him and the effect is I will say hi. So there's our sentence. Conditional sentences are really mathematical, and that's why teachers love to teach it, because it's super easy. You have a sentence which looks like this. If I see him, I will say hi. If I won the lottery, I would buy a house. If I had seen him, I would have said hi. These are typical phrases, typical sentences that you would find in the classroom, and students do them again and again and make the same mistakes. It's one of the reasons why I don't think grammar is that important, because people can learn the rules, they can learn the mathematics of the grammar, but in reality they can't use it properly. However, let's look at each sentence one by one. So in theory, condition 1 is equal to if plus verb 1 and the modal 1 in the second half of the sentence. Alright, so condition 1, verb 1, modal 1, really easy. Following the same logic, we would see that condition 2 is verb 2 and modal 2. I forgot to mention that we also have the verb 0 in there, which is say and buy. Okay, so you need to remember those. So condition 1, verb 1, modal 1. Condition 2, verb 2, modal 2. Condition 3, you guessed it, there is some verb 3 in here. So condition 3 is very simply had plus verb 3. And don't be confused in this one. We don't have modal 3, so we just keep it to modal 2 because it's unreal. We have modal 2 and have plus verb 3. So condition 3 has verb 3 in both sides and modal 2. It's just like that. The most crucial thing that I want you to remember today is about time and real or unreal. So condition 1 is all about things which are in the present or in the future. Just remember that. Also remember that condition 2 is also in the present or in the future, and this is where many students make a mistake. We are not talking about the past. Even though the verb looks like it's in the past, we are not talking about the verb in the past. It is in the present or the future. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would buy a house tomorrow. It's about the present or the future. And in condition 3, this is the exception. This is talking about the past. So in summary, condition 1 talks about the present or the future and is real. Remember that it's real. Condition 2 talks about the present or the future and is unreal. Remember that condition 2 is unreal, but still talks about the present or the future. And condition 3 talks about the past and is unreal. It must be unreal because we cannot change the past. As I said, many teachers love to teach grammar because it's very mathematical, and this is where most bad teachers stop. They stop here because this is the limit of their ability to explain the grammar, and they very rarely talk about real life. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because mixed conditionals are about real life. It is not about a mathematical formula where if I won the lottery, I would buy a house. This is not how real life works. In real life, I want you to think, sometimes events in the past affect events in the future. Think about it. Sometimes events in the past affect events in the future, and sometimes events in the future affect events in the past. This is something that you need to consider when thinking about speaking and grammar. What's the result? Well, the result of this is that you create something called mixed conditionals. Alright, and many people find them quite difficult. In reality, they're just mathematical formulas again. Now, here is an example. I want you to think about a real situation. Let's look at this real situation. We have now and we have the past. Now, I am not rich. Okay? I am not rich now. So, I didn't buy the car yesterday. Can you see how one part of the sentence is now? It's I am not rich, so I didn't buy the car yesterday. Something in the present affects something in the past. This is important because we need to create a mixed condition. We have to mix condition 2, now, with condition 3, in the past. Let's have a look. First of all, we need to consider that the real situation, now I am not rich, it's a negative sentence. I didn't buy the car yesterday is a positive sentence. When we make conditional sentences, we reverse these two. Let's check the answer. But now I'm thinking about an unreal situation. It's hypothetical. It's not true. If I were rich now, today, if I were rich today, condition 2, I would have bought the car yesterday. If I were rich, I would have bought the car. This is a mixture of condition 2 and condition 3. Really important. So I hope that's clear so far. What's the rule? Well, the rule is we only ever mix condition 2 and condition 3, or condition 3 and condition 2. Why? Because condition 1 is always about real events, whereas condition 2 and condition 3 are hypothetical and unreal situations. Let's do some practice. In this example, we first need to think about the real situation. What happened? The real situation in this case was, I don't own a car now, so I didn't drive to my friend's house yesterday. From this we can see that we have something in the present mixed with something in the past, therefore we're mixing condition 2 with condition 3. The unreal situation, the hypothetical conditional situation says, I don't own a car so I didn't drive to my friend's house, but if I owned a car, I would have driven to my friend's house. In this case, we are mixing condition 2 in the present with condition 3 in the past. Let's look at the opposite way, which says, I didn't receive an invite, so I'm not going to the party. Can you see that the first part of this sentence is about the past, something in the past which affects something in the future? I didn't receive an invite, so I'm not going to the party is mixing condition 3 with condition 2. But if I had received an invite, I would be going to the party. Be careful here that the verb to be is hidden in the sentence so I am. The verb is am going to the party. This is quite tricky. If I had received an invite, I would be going to the party is mixing condition 3 in the past with condition 2 in the future. Please pay attention to the following information. You can mix condition 2 and condition 3 and condition 3 with condition 2, but you can never mix condition 1. I really hope this has been a useful practice for you and that you've learnt something new. Go away and try to practice with some other exercises. Don't stick with the standard condition 2 only sentences or condition 3 only sentences. You have to be aware that in real life we mix conditions. My name is Chris and it's been a pleasure teaching you today. If you like this, please come over to my Instagram page, which is Free English Tips. I'm giving free English lessons every single day. Have a great day.